So hey guys, we start our paper plate trig today. First you want to fold your paper plate in half, making nice creases at the folds, and then fold that half in half again. Following along with my voice and or with the video and with the written instructions on the screen. Again, make nice creases at the folds because you're going to be following those lines soon. Now open your plate back up. And you can see we have axes in those creases. I'd like you to please take a pencil, trace those creases, which will create your axes on your plate, and then label them X and Y. Labeling them X and Y will help you keep your plate in the right orientation from here on out. Now label the quadrants. Remember, you use Roman numerals for quadrants. They start, number 1 is in the upper right hand quarter, and then they go counterclockwise around the circle. And there they are, 1, 2, 3, and 4, starting in the upper right, going around. Now think about plotting points. Label where things are positive and negative. You may want to pause here because I went kind of quickly. Look at the embossed bumpy circle on your plate. Trace it with a pencil. We want the innermost circle. And there you can see I've traced that innermost pencil with a circle with a pencil. Imagine what we've done is zoomed in on a piece of paper, and the circle has a radius of 1. So I'm going to move from the origin 0, 0, and I'm going to move out 1 unit. When you start at the origin and move 1 unit to the right, you land at the point 1, 0. So we label it. When we go up 1 unit, we land at the point 0, 1. Label it. And now you should know math is consistent. If you go left 1 unit, you land at -1, 0, label it. And when you go down 1 unit, you land at 0, -1, and finally label it. So you should have 4 points correctly labeled on your unit circle. Take some time now if you need to pause and make sure that everything's labeled correctly. Your axes, your quadrants, and your 4 points on the unit circle. So that's what you've done, is created a unit circle, which is our first definition, and we'll put definitions on the back of our plates. So a unit circle is a circle whose radius has a length of 1 unit. And I'm sorry you can't read the plate, but you can hear me and you can read the screen. Our second definition is initial ray, which is where an angle rotation begins. On our unit circle, on our plate, the initial ray is the positive x-axis, starting at the origin. So what I need you to do is take some color. I choose red because the initial ray is important. That's where we always start. And I darken my positive x-axis. I need you to do the same. From here, we're going to talk about a terminal ray. A terminal ray is where our angle rotation ends. Again, we write it on the plate. We represent that with a pipe cleaner. Take a pen to poke a hole at the origin in your plate and push your pipe cleaner through the hole. And now we've constructed a way of determining different angle measures. There's our terminal ray. We'll move the pipe cleaner around when we talk about angles in our unit circle. If the back bugs you, twist the pipe cleaner, but don't attach it because we'll be taking it off and on. Okay, so there's my terminal ray moving around. There I moved it counterclockwise. That's a positive angle rotation. Positive angles are counterclockwise movements. Label that on your plate, like I did there. I just made a little arc with a pencil and a positive sign. To go in the negative direction, you go clockwise. Do the same thing. Label on your plate a negative rotation with an arc and a negative symbol. Okay, so one of the things we really need to get to know is that every point on our unit circle has a minimum of 3 names. I would write that down and study it for pop quizzes. We're going to get to 2 of them today. So, if you stay at 0, or the point 1, 0, and you don't move, you've moved 0 degrees. So we also want to label the point 10 as 0 degrees, and now it has 2 of its 3 names. Likewise, if you move your terminal ray from 0 degrees up to the point 01, you've moved 90 degrees. So label that point 01 as 90 degrees. Going around your circle, if you go back to the beginning and go halfway around the circle to the point -10, you've moved 180 degrees. So your point -10 has a name 180 degrees. And when you move your ray 3/4 of the way around the circle, 3 sets of 90, you land at 270 degrees, which is the point 0, -1. Label it. Finally, when you move your ray all the way around from the start to the same place, we've gone 360 degrees, full circle. So the point 10 is also named 360 degrees. Label it. But you should be thinking, wait a minute, that point has 2 degree names, 0 and 360, which is exactly right. And that leads us to our last definition today, which is coterminal angles. Coterminal angles are angles in standard position having the same shared side, terminal side. Write it on your plate. We've already seen some coterminal angles. 0 and 360 are coterminal. What if I go positive 90 and then negative 270? They also land in the same place. They have the same terminal side. Can you think of others? And this is just a reminder that you really need to study. This plate builds every day. If you miss a day, you're going to be in trouble. So study, 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 and be ready for lots of pop quizzes.